Dear nobody, I did my best. God will do the rest. Welcome back, everyone, to Dear Nobody podcast. And today I want to talk about how important it is to let go of control and to trust more on timing and, above all, give it all to God. I'm a Christian and I believe in the Almighty Jesus Christ. But sometimes it's so difficult to surrender your life to Jesus and let Him do the work. It's definitely something easier said than done. I trust God, but sometimes I quote, think I can handle everything, but in reality, I just cannot. As human beings, we are only so limited in the things we can do. So putting everything in Jesus' hands is definitely the way to go. I want to share my experiences of how good things just miraculously came into places when I fully surrender my life to Jesus. As long as I've worked hard and give my best, Jesus sees me and He will help me. I mean, definitely don't do nothing and just expect Jesus to do everything for you. Like, the it's not how it works. But you do need to do your part, do them really well. Put every effort and power you can, whether it's about your job, hobby, or literally anything that you do. And then after that, leave it to Jesus. Leave the results in God's hands. Like, for example, for most musicians, December 1st is the deadline for applying schools. It's like a famous date if you're a music student because every school seems to have agreed on like choosing this date for applications. I don't know why. It might be slightly different though if you are applying to a higher education like DMA, which is Doctor of Musical Arts degree, basically a PhD but in music. I heard their deadlines are sometimes even earlier, but for most people, then December 1st is definitely the last date to submit your applications. To the ones who have applied, congratulations. I know it's so hard and you've done the hard part, which is your part. Now you can relax and wait patiently for the result. And this is exactly when the control ends and what I'm talking about when it comes to surrendering your life and just let God take the wheel. Like, you've come so far to record yourself, get that pre screening videos ready, probably did numerous amounts of re recordings, God knows, and also those essays. Like literally everything that is required of you, you did them. So congrats once again. Now you're just waiting for the results. And this is something that you cannot control. I mean, the decision is in someone else's hands, not yours. So you cannot do anything about it. So essentially, this is the perfect time to let it go and let Jesus take the wheel in terms of the decision. I believe if you work so hard for something, Jesus will definitely help you out. By helping, it doesn't necessarily mean that God will say yes to everything that you do or everything that you wanted and magically put everything in your favor, but He will definitely guide you to where you are meant to be. We need to remember that God has planned a route for us individually, and it's not going to be the same with each other. Everyone's path is built uniquely, and no one has the same path in life as you. So if something doesn't happen the way that you hope for, don't be discouraged. It might not be a part of God's plan, and honestly, you most probably dodged a bullet without realizing it. God knows exactly what's best for you, and if that's actually for you, don't worry about it. It will come back. It will for sure make a way back into your life again. It's like fate. You'll understand it later when you look back into the past. Obviously, I'm not a pastor and I don't have the knowledge of the Bible fully implanted in my head. But I deeply believe that the more patient, loving, and kinder you are, the more blessings you receive. It's like karma, basically. What you give comes back. Might not always going to be from the same person, but it will always return. No matter if it's a good or a bad deed, it's like a boomerang. What goes around comes around. Better to do good things and receive them back rather than the bad ones.
If you want to do good, you have to be sincere about it. Like, you cannot expect anything in return. If you expect something from that person because you just did something nice to them, that is not sincere at all. I think there's a beauty in giving love without expecting it back, because only then you truly give genuine love to them, and you rarely see it right now. A lot of the cases is that if you are helping me achieve this goal, I'm gonna help you to achieve your goal. I mean, it's always nice if you help someone and then they help you back, but you cannot really expect that. I think like just doing good because you want to without thinking of anything in return, that's a bliss for me. The way I see it, it's like that.
It seems like it's in our nature to be the type A or a planner type and control everything. Like, look at those powerful figures we have. Sometimes they just want to control everything without anyone's opinion, so they can create the world that they have in their heads. So, I think all of this excessive controlling comes from fear. Fear of things going wrong, fear of disappointing others, fear of bad surprises or unpredictable outcomes, fear that if this plan doesn't work out, your life will for sure end and go downhill.
If you're somewhat a planner type of person, I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I'm talking about.
It is frustrating sometimes when things don't go into the way that you wanted it to be, or the things you planned fell apart. But it's not the end of the world, right? A good example would be planning a vacation. When you're in vacation with your friends, I think there will be a person who becomes the quote unquote tour guide or an event planner, basically. And their job is to build a detailed itinerary to achieve all the things that everyone wants to do. And if that role happens to be you, you have to make a decision. If you want to make everyone happy, you push in every little things and literally have to have that control of events during the vacation. Like, you need to really plan out the details. If you're going here, you cannot go there, and if you're going there, you cannot go here because the distance is too far away from each other, or like it won't make sense for you to go travel that much or something, or like budgeting. Like, you have to put your brains out there and really think and plan things out, right? And if no one is doing this itinerary thing, the vacation will be a very bad one because it's not a solo trip. Solo trip, you can do whatever you want. But when it comes to like more than one person, I think if you don't have an agreement of what you're gonna do on that day, it's gonna be really hard because it will cause a lot of problems, a lot of bickering and arguments, and you just don't want that, especially if you're traveling with your close friends. You just don't want that to happen. Like, minimalize the problems, you know? So, yeah, if you happen to be that person who organize every single thing, you probably already make a good set of itinerary, right? Before you go to your vacation. However, on the day of that trip, sometimes things happen. Like you already took care of the itinerary that was in your control. But during the day of the trip,
You cannot really control what's gonna happen on that day.
example, someone in your group didn't wake up at the requested time. So everything is delayed, or that your transportation is delayed, so you cannot visit some spots that you wanted to. Or even worse, and I kind of don't like it when it happens. The restaurants that you want to go to is closed, even though it clearly states open in Google Maps. Like, those things are something that we cannot control. It's like the weather. We cannot control if it's gonna rain or not. So we have to adjust with the weather. If it's gonna rain, then go bring an umbrella. If it's gonna be sunny and hot, you would want to use sunglasses and wear light clothes, right? It's kind of funny if you know that it's gonna be hot and humid and you just proceeded with wearing a beanie and winter or like a really thick jacket outside. It's gonna be funny. So we just have to be smart and adjust with the unpredictable outcomes of the things we cannot control and just change our mindset about those things. Because sometimes the unexpected things create better memories, and that's always good, right? If you're a student, the month of December is always going to be crazily packed with a lot of finals and last minute assignments because we only have 2 or 3 weeks left of school for the semester. If you're in the US, we literally just had a Thanksgiving break. So going into this time of the year is incredibly hard because we just had a holiday and we are forced to be in school for only a very short amount of time. Like 2 weeks is very short. And then after that, we will have a winter break. It's a time where everyone seems to be very sluggish, stressed out, and they're not able to focus at all. It's always been like this. Everywhere I go, even me. For the times I've been in the US, and it's quite a long time, it never gotten any better when it comes to coming back to school after Thanksgiving. It's always challenging to make myself focus and be energetic about the remaining weeks of school. I'm not gonna lie about that. It is hard. I'm like dying, guys. I'm currently in my finals week, and my birthday week is my finals week. So it's like it's definitely one of the hardest weeks ever because I want to celebrate my birthday, but then I also have a bunch of things to do, like academically. Everyone is freaking out about their finals. People are just ready to dive in into winter break, and I know I am.
So I just did my presentation that I've worked so hard for. Like I gave everything in me for this presentation. I interviewed the person that I was researching. I rehearsed my presentation like so many times, timing it because we only have 15 minutes to talk about it. And I just want to talk about a lot of things. I put a lot of materials in such a little time, and I didn't know what my teacher was gonna grade me. But my mindset is that as long as I've worked hard for it and gave my all, then I will be happy with the result no matter what. And so the result just came out and I was surprised. I got full grade. I got 100 out of 100. I am very happy about it. Like literally I'm putting everything in it and I feel well deserved. The reason why I'm shocked about the grade is because before I started the presentation, there was a technical difficulties with the projector, and that is something beyond my control. I was low-key stressed. But my teacher was so nice. I think he kind of knew I was getting like stressed about that, and he tried to calm me down. So that's very nice of him. I really like this teacher. But in the end, it worked, and I did my best with the presentation given the difficulties. So that's why I'm talking about this, because there are some things that is in my control, which is my presentation itself. But there are some things like the technical difficulties that is beyond my control. And you just gotta have a quick problem solving skill with that. Life is rocky sometimes, but it will make things even more memorable. Life can also be humbling, but that's probably something that you needed at that moment. I think being humbled is something we occasionally need in life to happen, just so we can be a better person and not arrogant. Like we can just check ourselves, and being humbled is such an humbling, I'm just reusing the word, but like being humbled is such a humbling experience, because only then, I don't know, it just brings you back to earth. And I think that's always needed in life occasionally. Things will come into their places without you micromanaging everything. It will just align perfectly for what you need at that moment. And so, this is a kind reminder for all of you who's listening, or who is a control freak, like I can be sometimes. It's totally normal if things don't go into places like you've hoped to be. You just need to adjust and think about the solution rather than mourning about what happened, you know? The more you do problem solving, the more you are capable of finding solution in a faster way, along with being calm. This is very important because sometimes when things go wrong, we tend to panic right away and stress out. Like just like I cannot think, like oh my god, like everything is so bad. Everything is out of hands. One thing you gotta have during those times is to be calm. You cannot think straight when you're in a very distressed environment, or like when you're very stressed. You just cannot think straight. So, the more you find solutions to things, the more you get a gist of what's the best way to handle that certain problem, and the more you trust yourself. And also trust the timing. When you absolutely don't have any power in creating any solution, try to pray or do whatever it is that makes you calmer. Probably like walking around the block or drinking a lot of water. It can make you calmer. For me, it's praying that can calm me down, especially with the things that I just cannot handle myself. I need Jesus during those times. And talking about it with God and giving that hard part to Him really made a difference for me. I feel more at peace after saying it out loud or like talking about it with Him. And a part of me is lifted. I became so much lighter. So, in a way, I let the problem go into God's hands so that peace could come. So, it's like giving away my stress to Him, and then He will, in return, give me a peace of mind. I think that's a good barter, at least for me. So, yeah, so I think in order to bring peace in life, you have to try and let go of whatever it is that you're having at that moment. If you're stressed, then you have to let go of that stress in order to have peace comes in your life. It's like shopping. You throw out money, like you give away money because you want to get that item. So in this case, it's like that too. Before we end this episode, I want you to try just take one thing off your shoulders today and just hand it to God. Let's see how that makes you feel. It's totally normal to surrender some things that you feel too heavy, because I also do that. And it's, like I said before, it's so relieving. It's very nice. You are actually doing better than you think. Don't forget to breathe in, especially in the midst of this chaotic month. Please do take care of yourself. Take a walk, drink that water. We definitely tend to be dehydrated, and that leads us to not thinking straight. And just know that God's timing is perfect, even when it just doesn't seem like it yet. And we have come to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed today's episode, let me know in the comments, or even better, you can also rate the podcast on any platform you listen to your podcast to. Don't forget to follow Dear Nobody Podcast on Instagram at Dear Nobody Podcast. And you can also send us an anonymous letter through the link in bio if you want to share a story, thoughts, or any experiences you have in life, or if you relate to some things that I've talked about. New episodes every Thursday on all platforms. I love and appreciate every one of you. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night, depending on when you listen to this. And I will talk to you next week. Bye.